Hello dear students, welcome you on the channel Shri Jayendra Rank Zone classes. I am your mentor for the subject biology and will be taking the animal science, that is the zoology part. My dear students, in the last lecture we have completed till phylum Arthropoda. This is lecture 10 and we are going to start with phylum Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca, it basically includes organisms, animals with soft body, okay? These organisms, they have shell. The shell, it can be internal as well as external. So my dear students, let's start with a very fresh topic, phylum Mollusca. First of all, a French zoologist Cuvier in 1798, he proposed the term molluscans. It is the second largest phylum, having 60,000 species in it after arthropodans. Molluscans, they survive in marine water and they have soft body. Some of them, they are found in fresh water and terrestrial as well. Johnston, he termed the organism molluscans after Cuvier in 1798. He identified what exactly the properties of organisms belonging to this phylum are. The study of organisms in molluscan phylum is called malacology. Malacology is the study of molluscans, and the study of molluscan shells, the shells which are basically shed or framed or formed by the organisms or the molluscans. The study of shells is known as what? Conchology. The study of molluscans is malacology and the study of molluscan shells is conchology. Okay, so you have to remember these two terms. Malacology means study of molluscans and conchology study of shells. Here in this closet I have given a picture which is showing the formation of pearl, that how pearl formation takes place. It is basically formed by pearl oyster, famous pearl oyster. Japan, this place is considered to be the maximum producer of pearl, and that too the best quality of pearl is basically produced by Japanese. Okay, so now we are going to start with the general body characters. The general characters of phylum molluscans. The body is segmented and has variety of shapes. Body is segmented but metameric segmentation is not there, and they show variety of shapes. Neopilina is considered as an exception because it is having metameric segmentation on its body. Because of segments or metameric segmentation, it shows annelidan characters, but exactly it belongs to mollusca, and that is why it is considered to be a living fossil, which is basically a connecting link between the annelidans and molluscans. In the year 1952, from Pacific Ocean, this organism was obtained, and this is considered to be an exception in the phylum molluscan, as it basically is having segments in it. Okay. Second point, molluscans, they show bilateral symmetry. Some of the organisms, means they are having symmetry in them, but some of the organisms, especially when we talk about the organisms like Unio, Pila, they actually have previously scales, but because of twist and torsions, okay, you can see the body is having multiple torsions, okay, like this. It is having multiple torsions, and because of this torsions, the body become asymmetrical. So previously the body was symmetrical, but after that, in the adult form, it becomes asymmetrical. They are triploblastic organisms, means they have 3 germ layers, right? And they have organ system level of organization. So molluscans, they have bilateral symmetry. They are symmetrical, but the adults, they become asymmetrical because of the torsions on the body surface. They are triploblastic and they show organ system level of organization. The body is covered with a shell which is made up of calcium carbonate, that is the calcareous shell, and it is basically divided or distinctly expressed in 3 parts: head, visceral mass and muscular foot. The head part, the visceral mass and the muscular foot. Body has thin, soft, spongy skin layer that forms mantle or pallium. Body has thin, soft, spongy skin like layer which basically covers the body walls, and it forms mantle, and it is known as what? Mantle or pallium. The visceral skin mass, the part where the viscera is present, means the organs are present, secretes a glandular hump, means it is like this, a glandular hump, and the mantle which is called mantle cavity. This visceral hump is having a mantle cavity inside it, okay, and they are basically covered by the mantle or pallium. The mantle secretes an external shell which is made up of calcium carbonate. Mantle basically used to make the external shell which is made up of calcium carbonate, okay, and conchiolin or conkin protein, okay. Along with calcium carbonate, it is also having conchiolin or conkin protein. Is that understood? So Neopilina is the exception, as it behaves or mimics the characters of both Annelida and molluscans, okay, as it is having segmentation on the body, okay. Molluscans, they are bilaterally symmetrical, but adults, because of torsion, okay, they become asymmetrical, and that too some of the categories, okay. Now they are triploblastic, okay, and they have organ system level of organization. The body is having a shell which is made up of calcium carbonate, and it is distinctly divided into 3 parts: the head, the visceral mass and the muscular foot. The body is thin and it is covered by a soft and spongy layer of skin that is known as what? Mantle or pallium. Now the visceral part, the visceral skin, it is having a glandular hump, this type of projection, okay, glandular hump, and the mantle which is called the mantle cavity, and the mantle which is known as what? Mantle cavity, okay, mantle cavity. The visceral skin is having the mantle cavity. The mantle secretes an external shell made up of calcium carbonate. Along with it, it is having conchiolin or conkin protein. Now coelom in case of molluscans is reduced, it is reduced, okay, and the space between the viscera, means the space between the organs, it contains blood and form hemocoel, means they have a open circulatory system, okay. Understood? Coelom is reduced. The space between the viscera, means the organs, is basically filled with blood, and they form hemocoelom, that is, they have open circulatory system, right, as we have studied in orthopodons. Now digestive tract, it is having mouth and anus, and there is a feeding organ which is known as what? Radula. This feeding organ is a type of rasping organ which is present in the buccal cavity, and it is known as what? Radula. Known as what? Radula. The mental cavity, it basically ends into anus. So this mental cavity, it basically ends into anus. Digestive glands are also present to secrete digestive juices. Digestive glands are also basically helping to secrete digestive juices into the body, which is known as hepatopancreas. So hepato word comes from the liver and pancreas means pancreas only. That is, they basically perform different types of or secrete different types of juices or digestive enzymes. Okay. So you have to remember all these points, especially the head, visceral mass and the muscular foot. Then they are covered by mental or pallium. The visceral mass is having a glandular hump which contains or encloses mental cavity. The mental is basically made up of calcium carbonate or conchiolin or conkin protein. Okay, is that understood? Coelom is reduced and the circulatory system is of open type. Okay. Now coming to the next, this is the body plan of molluscan. In this body plan you can see the body is basically divided into three distinct regions. The part which is having mouth, radula, it is the head part. Okay. This part, it is known as what? The middle part. Okay, means the visceral mass. The visceral mass is basically covered by the mental. Okay, and this is the mental cavity. This is the mental cavity. The mental cavity extends till anus. Okay, and then it is visceral, having visceral foot. Okay, or muscular foot, sorry. Okay, so the body is having basically what are the different parts? Head, then visceral mass, and then muscular foot. Now in this diagram you can see radula means the respiring organ. Then you can see the nerve ring. Okay, means they have nerve rings or nervous system which is more developed than the annelidans and orthopodans, and that is why molluscans, not all, octopus and squids, they are considered to be highly evolved invertebrates. Highly evolved invertebrates, as they have a very unique tendency of understanding. Okay, is that understood? Along with it, the nervous system is having a paired cerebral or pleural or pedal ganglias. Okay, the cerebral ganglia, the pedal ganglia. Okay, cerebral ganglia, pedal ganglia, pleural ganglia, and the visceral ganglia. Okay, so what are the different types of ganglia? Cerebral, pleural, pedal, and visceral. Is that fine? Understood? Okay. Now moving to the next part. Respiration, it basically occurs through feather like structure, basically which are gills, and these gills are known as what? Ctenidia. Okay, ctenidia. Understood? Which are present in the mental cavity. So basically the mental cavity is having this structure which is known as what? Ctenidia, which is actually a gill. Okay, a feather like gill. Understood? So respiration is through the feather like gills which are known as what? Ctenidia. Circulatory system is of open type and it is having a pulsatile heart on the dorsal side. On the dorsal side and the heart is pulsatile, that transports blood through arteries with open into sinuses, as in case of orthopodons. The system is of open type and the blood is blue or green in color because of the respiratory transport molecule made up of copper, and this respiratory pigment made up of copper is known as what? Hemocyanin. Known as what? Hemocyanin. So circulatory system is basically made up of dorsal pulsatile heart, and this dorsal pulsatile heart basically helps to transport the substances from arteries into sinuses and from sinuses into further coelom. The system is of open type, okay, and the blood is blue or green because of the presence of respiratory pigment made up of copper, that is hemocyanin. Okay. Now coming to next, the excretory system, it includes 1 to 2 pairs of sac-like kidneys known as what? Okay, the metanephridia. Okay, the metanephridia, and they are known as what? The Caber's organ or organ of Bujanus. Caber's organ or the organ of Bujanus, especially in case of Unio. The excretory system, it includes 1 to 2 pairs of sac-like kidneys that helps to secrete the waste into mental cavity. The kidneys are metanephritic and they are known as what? Caber's organ or organ of Bujanus in case of Unio. Excretory matter is ammonia, as they are aquatic. The excretory matter is ammonia in aquatic, and when it is terrestrial, then it forms uric acid. Nervous system is having 3 pairs of ganglia: the cerebral ganglia above mouth, pedal ganglia in the foot, and visceral ganglia in the visceral mass. Okay, so they have 3 ganglias: the cerebral, which is above foot, pedal, which is cerebral, which is above mouth, pedal, which is above foot or in the mouth, and visceral in the visceral mass. These are the 3 paired ganglias. Okay. Now sense organs, it basically includes presence of eye over a stalk called omatophore, and omatophore is an important feature of gastropodons. Omatophore is a very important feature in case of gastropodons. So eye is present over a stalk called omatophore, and omatophore is considered to be an important feature of gastropodons. Now some of the members, they have a unique organ for balancing the body, that is the statocyst or the lithocyst. For the equilibrium in food. Okay, so they have omatophores for the vision, especially in case of gastropoda, and they have statocyst or the lithocyst for the equilibrium. Okay, then Ospheridia, basically it acts as a chemosensory organ, mean it helps to receive the impulse having chemical stimuli. Okay, like for example, to check the pH of water, taste of water. Understood? So basically the Ospheridia, it helps to pursue the chemical changes like pH of water, okay, taste of water, all these things. So chemoreceptor or the olfactory means for smell, as well as for testing chemical and physical nature of water. Okay, so Ospheridia is basically a chemoreceptor oblique olfactory receptor, which actually helps for the testing chemical and physical nature of water. So is that understood? Presence of omatophore, gastropoda, statocyst or linocyst for equilibrium, and Ospheridia, it is for maintaining the chemoreception or the olfactory means smell, as well as for testing chemical and physical nature of water. Is it understood, my dear students? So 3 pair of ganglia and 3 sensory organs. 3 pair of ganglia are cerebral, then visceral, and then pedal. Sense organs like omatophore for in case of gastropoda, statocyst or lithocyst in case of maintaining the equilibrium, and Ospheridia for chemoreception. Now coming to the next slide, That is, I have posted a diagram of Unio and Pila. Sexes are dioecious, okay. Organisms are oviparous, means egg-laying, okay. So sexes are dioecious and organisms are oviparous. Fertilization can be external as well as internal. Fertilization can be external as well as internal, okay. Development is indirect through larvae formation. Trochophore larva, presence of trochophore larva helps them to connect with annelidans. Presence of trochophore larva helps them to connect with annelidans. Is that understood, my dear students? Okay. Now, however, larva Golgidium is present in fresh water, okay, molluscans. In case of fresh water molluscans, larva Golgidium is present, okay. Asexual reproduction is absent in them. No asexual reproduction. Presence of statocyst, lithocyst, presence of Osphaeridia, presence of the trochophore larva or the larva Golgidium for in case of freshwater mussels, okay. Freshwater mussel and veliger is known as what? Pila, okay, are also found, okay. So trochophore larva, larval Golgidium in case of freshwater mussel, and veliger, that is Pila, okay. Now coming to next, the classification. Molluscans are classified as Aplanophora, means they don't have any plate, any shell. Polyplanophora, Polyplancophora, multiple shells. Monoplancophora, one shell. Gastropoda, Gastropoda is further divided into Prosobranchia, Opisthobranchyia and Pulmonata. So Gastropedia is basically it basically helps to classify Prosobranchia, Opisthobranchyia and Pulmonata, okay. Now Bivalvia, it is having two shells which are covered by a hinge like structure. Protobrachia, Pteriomorphia, Peleoheterodonta, Heterodonta or Enamylodesmata. These are the different subclasses. You don't have to remember subclass, just remember the class, that is Polyplancophora, Monoplancophora, Gastropoda, Scaphopoda, Cephalopoda, Bivalvia, okay. So it starts from Aplancophora, Polyplancophora, Monoplancophora, Gastropoda, Bivalvia, Scaphopoda and Cephalopoda, okay. Is that understood, my dear students? Now coming to next, this is the very first class, that is Monoplancophora. Mono means single. It means what? Single. Means they have single shell, okay. They have single shell. They are marine animals that share characters with both Annelida and Mollusca, especially Neopilina. Their shell has dome shape or cup-shaped structure with mantle covering, and mantle is covering all the parts. So they basically are marine animals and they share the characters of both annelidans and orthopodans, especially the Neopilina. Their shell is dome shaped or cup shaped, okay, with mantle covering, and they have foot which is flat and broad, okay. Like in case of Neopilina, living fossils, which is considered to be the connecting link between annelidans and molluscans, okay. So is that understood? Monoplancophora, single shell, single plate, okay. Mostly marine, they are found in the marine water, okay, and they can act as the connecting link between annelidan and orthopoda, annelida and mollusca, Neopilina, okay. The shell is dome shaped or cup shaped, which is covered by mantle. The foot is broad and flat, okay. Neopilina, living fossil, which is the connecting link between annelida and mollusca. Now coming to next, my dear students, Polyplancophora. Polyplancophora, also known as Amphineura. Neura word comes from neural system or the neural ring. and amphi means dual. So dual nerve ring or system, that is why the name is given amphineura. They have elongated body with reduced head. Body is elongated and head is reduced. And head is reduced. Okay. They have radula, that is the rasping organ. Radula is present. Then they mainly live in marine water. Shell can be present with 8 dorsal plates or absent. Okay. Shell can be present with 8 dorsal plates or it can be absent. Understood? Presence of non-ganglionated nerve ring. Presence of non-ganglionated nerve ring with 2 pairs of interconnected nerve cord. They have, non-ganglionated nerve ring which is not having any ganglia collection of nerves, and they have 2 pairs of interconnected nerve cord. The foot is flat, means at the ventral surface. Example, chiton, the coat of male shell. Okay, chiton is considered to be the coat of male shell. C. mica, around mouth. Okay, so chiton is basically considered to be the a kind of a species or a part which is having the coat of male shell, also known as the coat of male shell, like C. mica, around mouth. Okay, what are the other different features? The shell, it is having already 8 dorsal plates, okay, which basically act as spicules whenever is required. Foot, already told, foot at the ventral surface is large, muscular and flat. So flat foot, large foot and muscular foot. Okay. Fertilization is external. And they have larva trochophore. Okay, so they have larva trochophore. That is why fertilization is external. The larval name is trochophore larva. Is that understood? Okay. Now, coming to the next slide, is this understood? Polyplancophora or amphineura. They mainly live in marine water. Shell can be present with 8 plates or absent. These plates are made up of spicules. Foot is flat and is present at the ventral surface. Chiton, it is known as what? The coat of male shell. C. mica, around mouth. Presence of non-ganglionated nerve ring and 2 pairs of interconnected nerve cord. So this is what you have to learn about amphineura. Radula is present, body is elongated, okay, heart is reduced, fertilization is external. Okay. Now coming to next, Scaphopoda. Scaphopoda, they also live in seawater. Shape is tubular and open at both the ends. Shape is tubular and open at both the ends. Both the ends are having opening. Okay. They basically are known as what? Tusk shells. Okay. They are known as what? Tusk shells. Okay. And why the name is given? Because they have very strong tusk. Okay. Mean tusk like structures. Okay. Body within a tubular shell, open at both the ends. It is open at both the ends. No head, mouth or tentacles, no eyes. No head, mouth, tentacles. Okay. So it is not having head, mouth and tentacles. Okay. Understood? Now the foot is conical. In case of Scaphopoda, the foot is conical, right? Radula is present. And no gills for respiration. So what are the different classical features of Scaphopoda? They mainly live in salty water, marine water. They don't have head, okay, head is not specified, okay, and they have mouth with tentacles. Eyes are absent, no eyes. Radula is present. Their foot is conical, and they don't have gills. So they don't have gills, they don't have eyes, they don't have head. Mouth is present with tentacles, and foot is having conical structures. Radula is present. They are known as what? Tusk shells. Okay. They are dioecious, and the larva is trochophore. The conical shape of foot helps in the digging. Example, dentalium or tusk shell. It basically respire by mantle. Okay. Examples, dentalium. Okay. Now coming to the next category, gastropoda. As the name suggests, the term gastropoda, basically gaster means belly, right, and poda means foot. So in this category, basically shell is made up of one piece. It is having only one piece. The early embryo is symmetrical, but due to torsion, turns again and again. During developmental stages, it becomes asymmetrical. So the early embryo is symmetrical, but because of the presence of torsion, because of the formation of shells during development, it becomes asymmetrical. They mainly live in salty water, marine water, or fresh water, or they can also make a habitat in soil. Okay. Shell is spirally coiled. In case of Univalvia, shell is spirally coiled. Okay, it is having coil like this. Okay, spirally coiled, right? The foot is attached into the stomach. Example, Pila. Pila is known as what? Apple snail. Shell used in the formation of buttons. Okay, so the Pila, the shell which is made up of calcium carbonate, is used in the manufacturing of buttons. Aplasia, it is known as what? Sea hair. Cypria, it is a cold currency. Cypria is also known as Cumaria, and Cumaria is used as a indoor game, especially of Mahabharata times. Chopper. Okay, so Cypria, also known as Cumaria, okay, which is considered as the old currency as well as used in a formation of indoor game. Okay, chopper. Okay, then Limex, slug, also known as slug. It is not having shell. Limex is not having shell. Then Turbinella shank, which is used to be blown when we start any puja or worship. Okay, then many more. Okay, turbo, cat's eye, Doris, sea lemon, Planorbis, land scale. There are so many. Okay, so the gastropodons, the main characteristic features are presence of torsion or rings. Because of this, it becomes asymmetrical during developmental stages. It basically includes snails and slugs. Okay, they have well developed head with eyes and tentacles. Radula is present. Well developed head, eyes and tentacles. Radula is present. I'll rub this. Head is well developed. and along with it eyes are also present. Okay, is it understood? Radula is also present. The foot is large and flat. The foot is large and flat and it is attached to the stomach. It is attached to the stomach. It is the largest class of molluscans. Gastropoda, it is considered to be the largest class of mollusca. Largest class of mollusca. So these are some common characteristic features. Okay, shell which is made up of only one piece, that is univalvia. 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 Okay. Now you can see this picture. They have gills as respiratory organs. They have tentacles. This is mouth, stomach, foot. Foot basically ends in the stomach part. The shell is there, the mantle is there, and the heart is there. Understood? Is that understood, my dear students? Now coming to the next category, we are not going to basically pursue you with the subclasses because they are actually not been asked in the previous year examinations and all. Okay, we are only going to discuss about the classes. Then the next is Pelecypoda. Pelecypoda is also known as Lamellae, Branchiata and Bivalvia because it is having two valves or shells. Okay, also known as Lamellae, Branchiata or Bivalvia. They mainly live in marine water or fresh water. Shell is made up of two valves. Shell is made up of two valves that can move by dorsal hinge. Okay, so like this part is having hinge, you can open both the valves. Okay, like this. You can open both the valves like this. Okay, with the help of a hinge. This is the hinge part. Through this hinge part they are joined, this and this part. Understood? Now coming to next, foot has wedge shape. The shape of foot you can see it is like wedge shape. Okay, the foot has wedge shaped. Understood? Okay, now next, Unio is considered to be the muscle of fresh water. Metellus, it is considered to be the muscle of marine water, which diagram is given. Okay, then Lamellidans, only muscle. Pterido, shipworm. Pinactida, pearl oysters. So whenever I talk about pearl oysters, so pearl oysters, they are basically forming pearl, right? Moti, it is a ornament, okay, a stone which is used as a ornament in jewelry making. Then Ensis is the razor shell or the razor calm. Ensis is known as what? The razor shell or the razor calm. Then Ostrea is edible oyster. Ostrea is basically edible oyster. So Pelecypoda, it is basically the also known as Lamellae Branchiata. It is having lamellae, okay, and Bivalvia. They are having two valves which are basically attached to the hinge. They mainly live in marine water and fresh water. Shell is basically having two valves which are attached with the hinge like structure. Foot has wedge shape, okay, it is having a wedge shaped foot. Unio, marine muscle, freshwater muscle. Mytilius, the muscle of marine water, means the sea water. Okay, then Lamellidans, only muscle. Then Pterido, shipworm, and the Pinactida, that is pearl oysters. Understood? Now coming to next, cephalopoda. Cephalo means head and poda means foot. So basically head and foot, they basically combine to make a common structure, right? Combine to make a common structure. They are mainly found in marine water. Head and foot regions are combined and they are considered as top invertebrates, top among all the invertebrates because of their understanding, learned behavior. Okay, the activities which are performed by these group, the organism belonging to these group, okay, it is basically a signal or remarkable feature of having or responding to any of the stimuli, right? Then the shell is either internal. In case of sepia, the shell is internal shell in case of sepia. In case of Nautilus, the shell is external. In case of Nautilus, the shell is external. And in case of octopus, the shell is absent. The shell is absent in case of octopus. The shell is either internal in case of sepia, or it is external in case of Nautilus, or it is absent in case of octopus. Okay, understood? Foot is flat and muscular. The foot is flat and muscular means you can see the structure here. Okay, these are, you can see the foot processes which are having suckers. Okay, so this is a diagram which is given you to understand that why the octopus, they actually are considered to be the most evolved invertebrates, right? So foot is flat and muscular. They are having muscles. Exhalent siphon. Siphon is basically tube like structure. Exhalent siphon which is present here to basically give out the respiratory gases and all. And closed blood circulation. The type of circulatory system it is having is closed. Okay. So cephalopodans, they basically live in marine water. Their head and foot regions is basically combined to form a structure cephalopoda. Okay, understood? They are considered to be the most evolved invertebrates because of their learned behavior. The shell is either internal in case of sepia or external in case of Nautilus, and in case of octopus it is absent. Foot means the pair, leg. They are flat and muscular, and they have a long tube like structure for making out any waste, whatever they want to give a waste, okay, produce a waste, it can be released from that siphon, or they can suck in whenever is required. Okay, and they have closed blood circulation. Okay, ink gland is considered to be it helps in the mechanism of defense. How? Ink gland, it basically helps in offense and defense mechanism, and the larva is absent in case of cephalopoda. So cephalopodans, they have ink glands, okay, and they have a siphon tube like structure. They have closed blood circulation. Their foot is flat and muscular. They don't have larva. Okay, like octopus is considered to be the devil's fish with 8 arms. It is devil fish with 8 arms. Okay, shell is either internal in case of sepia. In case of Nautilus, it is external or absent in case of octopus. Now, what are or who are the evolutionary precursors of molluscans? I already told you, Neopilena. Neopilena, it is considered to be a connecting link between annelidans and molluscans. So, annelidans, they are considered to be the descendant precursors. of molluscans. Okay. Now a Neopilena, which is considered to be a connecting link between Annelida and mollusca, it is having 8 pair of muscles, 5 to 6 pair of gills, 5 pairs of nephridia, and they show metameric segmentation. The best quality of pearl is obtained from pearl oyster, Pinnectida vulgaris, you remember the name, Pinnectida vulgaris and Pinnectida margaritifera. Okay, Pinnectida vulgaris and Pinnectida margaritifera. In case of Unio, the rectum passes through heart. Okay, so just you have to remember that, because they can be asked or framed in any type of question. In Unio, rectum passes through heart. Then Cypria, also known as cowrie, and this Cypria or cowrie, they are basically used as an indoor game like chopper. Okay, Indian game. Molluscans with internal shell, low as low, Limex, Aplasia, Sepia, Loligo. It is basically a mnemonic. Okay, molluscans with internal shell are as follows: low as low, you have to remember low as low. Okay, so Limex, Aplasia, Sepia or Loligo. Understand? Molluscans with shell, some of the molluscans which are having, almost all the molluscans are having shell. Without shell, sorry, Doris, octopus, they don't have shell. Octopus, do you know? Just remember cephalopodans, octopus, and Doris as well. They don't have shell. Now, the remains of these cephalopods, they've been basically extracted or excavated by the different archaeological surveys, and we got to know about ammonites. Ammonites means a structure which is basically hard and rigid because of the presence of ammonia or ammoniated salts, and presence of these ammoniated salts or ammonia, it can become very easy for us to make a connect. Okay, that okay, cephalopodans, they are, or they were the most primitive, you know, they can be most primitive aquatic organisms. Okay, so they evolved, and when they evolved, the excretory waste ammonia is converted into some other category. Okay, shellfish. Shellfish is not a fish, it is a molluscan, you remember. Okay, shellfish is not a fish, it is a molluscan. Now coming to next, so what do you have to remember? 8 pair of muscles, 5 pair of gills and 5 pairs of nephridia, shows metameric segmentation. Pearl oyster gives pearl oyster, the best of quality of the pearl is obtained from pearl oyster, Pinnectida vulgaris and Pinnectida margaritifera. In Unio, rectum passes through heart. Cypria or cowrie is used in chopper, Indian game. Molluscans with internal shell, low as low, Limex, Aplasia, Sepia and Loligo. Mollusk without shell, Doris and octopus. Okay, ammonites are examples of cephalopodans, fossils remains of cephalopodans. Understood? Now moving to the next slide, my dear students. Unio. Unio is a freshwater mussel. It is found in rivers, lakes, ponds, and it is omnivore. Omnivore means it feeds on microscopic organisms. Microscopic organisms, right? So Unio, it is a freshwater mussel which is found in river, lakes, ponds, and it is omnivore, means it is basically feeding on microscopic organisms. Its larvae basically act as a parasite on fish. The Unio, the larva, it basically act as a parasite on fish. Shell consists of 2 halves. Okay, mean these halves are known as what? Valves. Okay, this is the example of Unio. Okay, this is the example of Pila. So Unio, they have trochophore larva, you remember? Yeah, and the shell, they are basically having two halves. That's why it is known as what? Bivalvia. Bivalvia. A whitish elevation in each of the valve is known as what? Umbo. Okay, mean these are some elevations which are basically you are not able to see. These elevations are known as what? Umbo. These horizontal lines, these running lines, they basically help us to understand or calculate the age, right? So a whitish elevation in each valve is known as umbo. The lines of growth, they are age indicators. Now a pair of siphons posteriorly at the back, पीछे की तरफ, they are having siphons, means tube-like structures. They are scavengers and keeps water clean. Okay, so they basically feed on small microorganisms. Lime obtained from its shell is of excellent quality and quantity. Okay, as you know, they are a good source, their shells are good source of calcium carbonate. So the lime which is obtained is of very good quality and quantity, and the shell of Unio is used to prepare buttons. The shell of Unio is used to prepare buttons. Is it understood? Okay, so now we are going to start with the pila. Here the picture is given, pila globosa, which is having a shell. Pila also known as apple snail, because the shape you can see, okay, like an apple, an apple a day keeps a doctor away. Okay, so pila, it is an apple snail. It inhabits pond, paddy fields, rivers and stream. Mainly stream, very rarely. So pila, also known as apple snail, it basically inhabits paddy fields, pond and river and stream. Chiefly they are herbivores and they feed on Vallisneria and Pistia, mean they are aquatic plants. So it feeds on Vallisneria and Pistia, and they are chiefly herbivores. Understood? Gills in water. They basically have gills in water, means amphibious life. They prove their amphibious life, and they have pulmonary sac through which they can survive on the terrestrial ground. Okay, the terrestrial regions, mean the land. So they are chiefly herbivore. Pila, chiefly herbivore. They have gills for amphibians life. Okay, in case they are in water, so they can have the taste of amphibians life with the help of gills, and they have pulmonary sac. Understood? Mouth or aperture of the shell is closed by operculum. The shell, the calcium carbonate shell, their mouth is basically closed by operculum. Osphaeridium is chemoreceptors. You know, osphaeridium is a chemoreceptor. Respiring organ in buccal cavity, means radula with transverse rows of teeth for cutting grasses. Very important. Okay. Mouth or aperture of shell is covered by operculum. Osphaeridium, they are basically for chemoreception. Respiring organ in buccal cavity. Radula with transverse rows of teeth of cutting trees. Radula is basically with presence of transverse rows of teeth for cutting grasses, not trees, grasses. Understood? So I hope is everything going well. Okay, you are getting all these points. Okay, now Limex is grey slug. Okay, it is a grey slug. It is terrestrial, meaning it lives on land and abundantly found in cultivated lands. Okay, mean cultivated lands. Okay, it can be a good place for the Limex to survive with. They are nocturnal, means they basically come during night, and they are herbivores, and they feed on small plants. Okay, the shell is internal. The shell is internal. They are hermaphrodite, means bisexual, and it is a plant pest. It is basically Limex or grey slug is a plant pest, and it damages tender shoots, seedlings, and it destroys the crops. Okay, Limex or grey slug. Now sepia sepia is basically considered as cuttlefish. Okay, it is basically live in marine water. It is considered to be a good swimmer, okay, and it prefers warm water. They have a spoon-shaped left arm, known as hectocotyls, which basically helps to transfer the sperm into the female. Okay, so these hectocotyls, they basically help to transfer the sperm into the females. Shell is internal, cuttlefish sepia shell is internal, and they have pear-shaped ink sac having ink fluid. They have pear-shaped ink sac having ink fluid. Okay, ink fluid basically creates a smoke cloud during the defense procedure. So ink fluid is basically, it creates a smoke cloud during defense procedures. Okay, and it is edible, and the ink is used by the artist. Okay, its shell is used for pet birds. The shell is having good amount of calcium. Okay, so its shell is used for the pet birds. Okay, mean the birds which are kept at in the home. Okay, and they are not used for domestication, just for personal use. Okay, so those pet birds, they are given the shell coverings. Then loligo or squid, it is found in warm seas. Okay, as in case of sepia or cuttlefish. Largest living invertebrate, which is a giant squid, Architeuthis. It is 18-meter long. It is edible. Giant squid is having the largest eye among all the members of kingdom Animalia. Okay, then octopus, also known as devilfish, it also live in the marine water. It kills prey with the help of poisonous saliva, and the shell is absent. It kills the prey by basically sprouting poisonous saliva. They don't have shell, but they can change the color. Okay, so I hope today's session will remain fruitful for you. Okay, now coming to next, there are some common molluscans. Chiton or chiton is known as what? The coat of male shell. Okay, the coat of MAIL, male shell. Dentalium, it is the elephant's tusk. Dentalium is known as what? The elephant's tusk. Okay, because of its hardness and the structure, right? Understood? Now, nothing is there. Okay, my dear students, we have completed the phylum Mollusca. On the next turn, I am going to start with the next phylum, phylum Echinodermata. Before that, we will be doing some neat time brain boosting questions in the next term. I hope everything will be clear. Okay, everything is clear, and if any doubts you are having, you can just post on the name or the message in the channel chat box. Okay, so please take care, stay safe, stay blessed, stay happy. Bye bye.